Hey there, everybody. I'm Artie Rose. This is the Artie Rich video channel. And we are coming to you live this afternoon. Something that we haven't done in quite a while. When I started doing the simulations of out of the park baseball, I started doing live streams on Twitch, and then I did some on YouTube. And then I changed it up and I just started recording some of the episodes of the Goat League Baseball League. And that was going good for a while. And we were getting some traction. We were getting a little bit of interest in what we're doing. And that's always good to see. But now we're in season 5 and we have a World Series going on between the Baltimore Orioles of 1969 and the Texas Rangers of 2011. Two totally different teams. The Texas Rangers are somewhat of what I would consider a Cinderella team, being in a league with 32 of the all-time ranked teams, and they battled their way into the playoffs and have made it into the World Series, and now actually lead the powerhouse 1969 Baltimore Orioles by 3-1. So we're going to bring you game number 5, and either the Rangers are going to complete the championship today, or the Orioles are going to claw their way back in and force a game 6 back in Baltimore, I think. Let's go to the game screen. So yes, we are here. We're in Texas, right? So if the Orioles scratch out a win here, they will take the series back to Baltimore for game 6. So let's get right to the game, because if we might have to bring you 2 games. So this might be a little bit of a lengthy live stream, which is okay. So game 6, we got Jim Palmer, who was 17-8 in the regular season, 156-game season, going against C.J. Wilson, a left-hander for the Rangers. He had a 14-5 record, pretty evenly matched up pitching-wise. There's a matchup of game 1, which, of course, the Rangers won. Let's go and I just want to go back and see. So game 1, yes, went to the Rangers 10-3. Game 2, the Orioles won 15-8. I'm sorry, the Rangers won 15-8. And the Orioles won game 3, 9-7. And yesterday's game, the Rangers won 7-4. Now, this is a matchup, a rematch of game 1 pitching-wise. And they're pretty even. Jim Palmer in the postseason is 3-1 with a 4.19 ERA. C.J. Wilson with a 3-1 record and a 2.05 ERA. So we're going to go back to the lineup screens. Let's go right into the action and get this going. Leading off for the Baltimore Orioles is Don Buford. Bat second will be Merv Rettenmund in right field. Batting third will be Frank Robinson, the first baseman. Batting cleanup, Boog Powell's been on fire in the postseason. He's the DH. Kurt Motton will bat 5th in left field. Paul Blair will bat 6th in center field. Brooks Robinson, the third baseman, will bat 7th. Andy Etchebarren, the catcher, will bat 8th. And Mark Belanger, the shortstop, will bat 9th. C.J. Wilson, we already gave you the rundown. He was in the regular season 14-5 with a 3.14 ERA. Behind him defensively, we have Nelson Cruz, in left field, Gary Gentry in center field, and David Murphy in right. Adrian Beltre at third base, Elvis Andrus at shortstop, Ian Kinsler is the second baseman, and Michael Young is at first. Behind the plate, we have, can't even tell you who's behind the plate. Let's see. Oh, Mike Napoli behind the plate. So here we are. Let's get this game going. Game 5 is underway. And that starts off with a leadoff walk to Don Buford. That'll bring up Merv Retman. Merv Retman got 20 hits and 81 at-bats in the postseason. That's a .247 batting average, and he had 3 home runs and 13 RBIs. In the regular season, he batted .285 with 12 home runs. So here we go. And there goes Buford, and he steals second base. So Buford's on second. That's Buford's 4th stolen base in the postseason. So nobody out, man on second. Here's the pitch to Rettenman. Ground ball, first base. Young will take it himself, and Buford now is on third, 1 out. Frank Robinson. Frank Robinson is struggling in the postseason, batting .178 with 1 home run and 9 RBIs. In the regular season, he batted .271 with 17 home runs and 84 RBIs. Orioles are really hoping he could break out of this slump, especially today. The pitch, swinging on his strike 3, that's the second out. So that brings up Boog Powell, who is red hot. Bat .319 in the postseason with 7 home runs and 19 RBIs. In the regular season, Powell had 28 home runs, knocked in 130 runs, and batted .277. So here's Powell. Pitch. And that's the fly ball left field. Nelson Cruz is there and takes it for the 3rd out. So the Orioles go down without scoring here in the top of the 1st. Rangers are coming up. So the batting order for the Texas Rangers of 2011. Craig Gentry leads it off, center fielder, followed by Michael Young batting second, the first baseman. Josh Hamilton, the DH, bats third. Mike Napoli, the catcher, is batting fourth. Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, bats fifth. Nelson Cruz in left field bats sixth. David Murphy bats seventh. Ian Kinsler, the second baseman, bats eighth. And Elvis Andrus, the shortstop, will bat ninth against Jim Palmer. Defensively, the Orioles, Kurt Martin is in left field. Paul Blair is in center field. Merv Retman in right. Around the horn is third baseman Brooks Robinson, Mark Belanger at short, Don Buford at second, and Frank Robinson is at first. Behind the plate is Andy Etchebarren, and like we told you, Jim Palmer is on the mound. Palmer in the regular season had 17 wins against 8 losses. And here he is against Gentry. Ground ball, shortstop. Belanger's up with it over the first, and that's the first out. Michael Young. Young in the playoffs is batting .340. 34 hits and 100 at-bats. No home runs, 14 RBIs. The pitch from Jim Palmer. Ground ball, third base. Brooks Robinson up with it over the first. Routine ground ball out, and it's 2 outs. Josh Hamilton batting 284, 27 hits in 95 at bats, 3 home runs and 20 RBIs. In the regular season, Hamilton had 22 home runs and knocked in 101 runs. The pitch. Ground ball, again, bounding ball. Belanger cannot get there and make a play, so it's an infield hit for Josh Hamilton. So the Rangers stay alive here in the bottom of the first, and to bring up Mike Napoli. The catcher, 29 hits and 85 at bats, translates to a .341 average, had 2 home runs and 15 RBIs. Hey, Christopher. Welcome in. Thank you so much for the compliment. And that was a strikeout for Jim Palmer. So, the first inning is over. There's no score. And we're going into the top of the second. For the Orioles, Kurt Martin will lead it off, followed by Paul Blair and Brooks Robinson. Martin has got 5 home runs, but only a 187 average here in the playoffs. Wilson looks in. Here's the pitch to Martin. And it's a fly ball. Going back it's out of here. Kurt Martin. A home run to center field to put the Orioles on the board in the top of the second, 1-0. That ball fooled me. It looked like it was going to be able to be caught. But it was a home run. So that'll bring up Paul Blair, the center fielder. He's batting .215 in the postseason, 1 home run, 9 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Blair. Ground ball, shortstop. Over to first for the second out. Actually, that's the first out. Excuse me. I am not a baseball announcer. But I love watching these games, how they play out. Brooks Robinson will step in, 1 out. Robinson is batting .282 in the postseason with 2 home runs and 3 RBIs. In the regular season, he had 9 home runs and 67 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, first base. Throws over to the pitcher covering, and that is the second out. Andy Etchebarren, the catcher, steps in. He's batting .225. That's 16 hits and 71 at bats. Pitch, and it's a walk. So the Orioles are still alive here. 2 outs in the top of the second. Mark Belanger, the shortstop, 12 hits and 56 at bats. Translates to a .214 average. And there's a fly ball to right field. David Murphy is there, makes the catch, and that is it. But the Baltimore Orioles get on the board with a home run by Kurt Martin, and they lead 1-0 here. Going to the bottom of the second. Adrian Beltre will lead it off. He'll be followed by Nelson Cruz and David Murphy for the Rangers. Beltre, 30 hits and 95 at bats. That translates to a .316 average. 2 home runs, 14 RBIs. Jim Palmer had 11 pitches in the first inning. And there's a shot down the right field line, and that is going to be in there for a hit. It was in the corner. Looked like it might be a double, but it's only a single for Beltre. So, leadoff single for the Rangers here. Nelson Cruz will step up. Cruz has got 21 hits and 86 at bats. That's a .244 average, 1 home run, and 10 RBIs. Here's the pitch. And it's a walk. So now, nobody out, 2 men on for the Rangers. David Murphy. Murphy's got 18 hits and 54 at-bats. That's a .333 average. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. That's in the postseason. In the regular season, he had 6 home runs. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. Going back is Buford, and he makes the catch. But tagging and going to third is Beltran. So there'll be 1 out, men on first and third. For Ian Kinsler, second baseman. Kinsler back in batting .230 in the postseason. Pitch. A little ground ball. Palmer picks it up, gets the force out at second, and checks the runner at third. So the score is still 1-0, and now there's 2 outs for Elvis Andrus. Andrus is batting .352 in the postseason. He's got 25 hits and 71 at-bats. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, third base, and it's booted. Booted by Brooks Robinson. That's very rare. And the score will be tied now 1-1. Brooks Robinson, known as the human vacuum cleaner back in the day, makes an error. So now the score is tied 1-1, and the top of the order is up. Craig Gentry. Gentry is 0 for 1. 2 men on, 2 men out. And that's a strike 3 called to end the inning. But the Rangers come back and tie the score, and we're now tied at 1, going to the top of the third. Actually, yes. So coming up, it's the top of the order for the Orioles. Don Buford, Merv Rettenman, and Frank Robinson. C.J. Wilson has got 33 pitches in the first 2 innings. Here's Buford. Ground ball, shortstop, Andrus. Over the first, and that's the first one. Merv Rettenman. 0 for 1. Popped up. The catcher, Andy Etchebarren, actually makes the catch. And that's 2 outs. Frank Robinson, struggling here in the postseason, is up. 2 outs, nobody on. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's Robinson's second strikeout of the game. So the score now going to the bottom of the third is still tied at 1. Michael Young will lead it off. Young, 0 for 1. He batted .320 in the regular season with 6 homers and 83 RBIs. Jim Palmer. He's got 34 pitches going into this inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the first out. That's Palmer's 3rd strikeout. Josh Hamilton. Ground ball. Palmer picks it up, throws over to Boot Powell, and that is the 2nd out. Mike Napoli, 0 for 1. The catcher. Pitch. And that's a fly ball, and it is caught by Gentry. Actually, that was Don Buford. And that ends the inning. So at the end of 3, we have a tie score here in Texas. Game 5 of the World Series. If the Rangers win, they take the series. And if the Orioles win, they force Game 6 in Baltimore. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this with more action. we are back. Going to be at the top of the fourth now. Tie score here in Texas. Leading off for the Orioles, Boog Powell. Red hot Boog Powell. Against C.J. Wilson. Wilson's got 45 pitches. He's got 2 strikeouts, and he walked 2 batters so far in the game. So here's Powell. There's a fly ball base hit into left center field for Powell. Powell keeps on his red-hot trend. So he's on first. Here's Kurt Martin homered his last time up to put the Orioles on the board. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 1 out. Paul Blair, 0 for 1. Let's see, Paul Blair had 12 home runs in the regular season, batted .260 and 80 RBIs. Ground ball, this could be 2. Over the second for 1, over the first, double play. And that is it for the Orioles in the fourth. Score remains tied. Bottom of the fourth, Adrian Beltre, who had a base hit his last time up, basically off the base of the wall in right field. But right there was Redmond to field it, and he couldn't stretch it into a double. So, Jim Palmer, 47 pitches, 3 strikeouts, 1 walk, going into the fourth. This looks like it's going to be an out. Fly ball caught on the line drive by Paul Blair in right field. Nelson Cruz steps up. He walked his last time up. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. David Murphy, the right fielder, steps in. He's 0 for 1. There's a shot way back, and it's gone. A home run for David Murphy to right field, and the Rangers take the lead 2-1. 335 feet. That'll bring up Ian Kinsler. Kinsler's 0 for 1. Pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is it. But on the home run by David Murphy, the Rangers take the lead 2-1 here after 4 innings. Game 5 of the World Series in the GOAT League Baseball Season 5. Brooks Robinson will lead it off here in the top of the 5th for the Orioles. Robinson 0 for 1. Wilson, the pitch. Popped up. Second baseman is there. Kinsler makes the catch. 1 out. Andy Etchebarren, he walked his last time up. Etchebarren bat .225 in the postseason. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 outs. Mark Belanger, the number 9 hitter in the order for the Orioles, 0 for 1, steps in against Wilson. And called strike 3, and that is it for the Orioles in the 5th. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and the Rangers are leading 2-1 here in Game 5 of the World Series in GLB Season 5. The 5th inning, Elvis Andrus will lead it off. Andrus 0 for 1 against Palmer. Palmer's got 70 pitches going into the 5th inning. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's not pitching a bad game. Just made a couple of mistakes. One of them to David Murphy last inning. Here's the pitch. And that's a base hit to right field. And going digging for second is Andrus. And he'll be in there with a double. So man on second, nobody out. Top of the order, Craig Gentry, 0 for 2, stepping in against Jim Palmer. And he fouls off a fastball as he tries to bunt. That'll make the count 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. And there is a blooper into right field, and it drops in for a hit. Coming around to score is Andrus. And the score is now 3-1 in favor of the Rangers. No, I'm sorry. Andrus did not score. It looked like he was going to come around to score, but he did not. So it's nobody out. Runners on first and third for Michael Young. Young is 0 for 2. And there goes Echebarren, fires it, and he's safe. Gentry steals third. So now it's second and third, nobody out for Michael Young. And there is a hit, drops in left field. 1 run will score. And they hold the runner at third. So, runners now at first and third. The score is now 3-1 Rangers. And Josh Hamilton, the DH, is up. Still nobody out. Pitch. Fly ball, left field. Martin is there, makes the catch. And he throws it in, and they hold the runner at third. So, 1 out. Runner still at first and third for Mike Napoli. Pitch to Napoli. There's a base hit. 1 run will score and make the score 4-0. RBI 4-1. RBI signal for Mike Napoli. Adrian Beltre, 1 for 2. 1 out, first and second. Here's the pitch. Popped up. First baseman Boog Powell makes the catch, is 2 outs. Everybody stays where they are. Nelson Cruz, 2 outs, 2 men on. Bottom of the 5th, score 4-1. And there's a shot, right field. And Rettenman makes the catch, and that is it. But the Rangers put 2 more on the board. And now we go to the top of the 6th, and they're leading 4-1. Rangers win this game, and they are the champs of GLB Season 5. C.J. Wilson comes out for the 6th. He's got 70 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 2 walks. He's going to face the top of the order for the Orioles. Don Buford, 0 for 1. And there's a shot into right, and that's going to be in the corner. And here comes Buford, slides in for a double. A leadoff double for Don Buford. Merv Rettenman's going to step in. Rettenman's 0 for 2. Pitch. Up the middle, base hit. Buford. Will he stay at third? Yes. To first and third. They don't send Buford. So nobody out first and third for Frank Robinson. Struggling Frank Robinson. Be a great time for him to break out of his slump. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. And they get the runner at home. He's out at home. That's the first out. So runners at first and second now. 1 out for Boog Powell. Red hot Boog Powell. Here's the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. And it's booted by Andrus. And the bases are loaded with one out for Kurt Martin. Martin already has a home run in this game. And he's got 6 in the postseason. On the regular season, Martin had 16 home runs. Here we go. Infield is in. Ground ball. Picked up. They get the push at home and they don't get the double play, but they get the runner at home. So now it's 2 outs. And Paul Blair is the batter. Paul Blair's 0 for 2. Paul Blair, that is it for C.J. Wilson. You take him out, and they put in Mark Hamburger. Hamburger in the regular season only pitched 2 innings. He's pitched more innings in the playoffs than the regular season. So here he is. Mark Hamburger against Paul Blair. 2 outs, bases loaded. Ground ball, little number, he's not going to be able to get it. Yeah, they get it. Blair could not run it out. So they do not score. They leave the bases loaded. And the score now going to the bottom of the 6th is the Rangers 4 and the Orioles 1 here in Game 5 of the World Series. David Murphy, who homered his last time up, is up. Jim Palmer's still in there with 102 pitches. How much longer is it going to go? We don't know. We'll find out. And there's a shot, and a diving catch by Paul Blair. And that is the first out. Wow. Okay. Ian Kinsler, second baseman now. Pitch. And he walks him. And that's going to be it for Jim Palmer. Orioles bring in Jim Harden. In the postseason, pitched 5 innings to a 1.80 ERA. In the regular season, he had a 4.04 ERA. In 31 appearances, he won 14 games and lost 7. So he was the number 5 starter in the regular season. They're hoping Harden can hold the Rangers to no more runs while they try to scrape their way back. Here is Elvis Andrus. Pitch. There goes the runner, and he's in there with a stolen base. Kinsler steals second. 1 out, man on second. Andrus. Here's the pitch. And there's a shot, line shot, and Merv Retman is there. And they hold the runner at second. 2 outs now. Top of the order, Craig Gentry. Man on second, 2 outs. Jim Harden on the mound for the Orioles. And there's a fly ball. Merv Retman moves over, makes the catch, and that is it. Side retired. No runs for the Rangers, and the score is still now, at the end of 6 innings, the Rangers 4 and the Orioles 1. Game 5 of the World Series in GLB Season 5. We'll be right back. Okay, back for the top of the 7th here in Texas. Rangers are leading 4-1, Game 5. Mark Hamburg still on the mound. He's going to pitch to Brooks Robinson, Andy Etchebarren, and Mark Belanger, the bottom third of the order for the Orioles here. Here's Robinson. He's 0 for 2 in the game. Sharp ground ball. Kinslow's up with it over the first. 1 out. Andy Etchebarren, 0 for 1. Pitch. And call strike 3. 2 outs. Mark Belanger, 0 for 2. A little ground ball. Kinslow's up with it over the first, and that is it. The Orioles go down in order in the 7th. And the score is still 4-1 Rangers here at Game 5 of the World Series in the greatest of all time baseball league in Out of the Park 27. Bottom of the 7th. Michael Young leads it off against Jim Harden. Ground ball. Brooks Robinson up with it over the first out. Josh Hamilton, 1 for 3. Harden, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, 2 outs. Mike Napoli steps in. He's 1 for 3. Ground ball back to the pitcher. Picks it up over the first. And that is it. Side retired, 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 8th, and the score is still Rangers 4, Orioles 1. And the Orioles down to their last 6 outs. Pitching change for the Rangers. Darren Oliver. Oliver in the postseason's got 3.86 ERA. He lost 1 game. In the regular season, he made 41 appearances. He won 7 games and lost 2. And had a 3.02 ERA. He's a left-hander facing the top of the order for the Orioles here. Orioles trying to get something going here in the 8th. Pitch. And he walks him. So, leadoff man is on. Merv Rettenman step in. And there's a fly ball. Right field. David Murphy makes the catch. 1 out. Frank Robinson. And Robinson finally gets a hit. And digging for third is Buford, and he makes it. So 1 out. Now men are first and third after the single by Frank Robinson. Here's Boog Powell. Big Boog Powell. Clutch situation. Boog Powell can tie it up with 1 swing of the bat here. So let's see what happens. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. This could be 2 over the second for 1 over the first. Double play. And that is the inning. So the Orioles squander another opportunity to come back in this game. And we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's still 4-1 Rangers. Jim Harden's still in there, holding the Rangers to no runs. Here is Adrian Beltre. He's 1 for 3. Pitch, ground ball, picked up by Belanger over the first, and that is 1 out. Nelson Cruz, 0 for 2 in the game. Pitch, and it's a walk. David Murphy, he's got 1 hit. That 1 hit is a home run. And they pick him off for first. Caught stealing. Jim Harden picked him off. So that's 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Murphy. And it's a walk. Ian Kinsler now. 2 outs, man off first. Bottom of the 8th. Ground ball. Up with it is Buford. Throws over to second. And that is it. So, Jim Harden does his job. Holds the Rangers to no runs. And now, the Orioles come up in the top of the 9th. They got 3 outs to tie the game. Carl Martin, his first at bat was a home run, is up against Darren Oliver. Here is the pitch. Here we go. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out. Paul Blair, he's 0 for 3. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That's 2 outs. And the Orioles down to their last out here. Brooks Robinson steps in. The pitch. And there's a fly ball. This could be it. Nelson Cruz makes the catch. And the ball game is over. And the 2011 Rangers have won the World Series of Season 5 here in the greatest of all time Baseball League, Season 5. Congratulations to the Texas Rangers, the Cinderella team of Season 5. Great ball game. Great series. Great season. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed that game. I hope you guys enjoyed that season. So now Season 5 is complete. We have 5 different champions in 5 different seasons. So that's what makes this interesting. So we're going to revamp the league a little bit to bring it back fresh for Season 6. And we will keep you posted as to what changes are made. I mean, we have a couple of teams that have to be relegated, and then a couple of teams that need to be promoted. I know the 1963 Los Angeles Dodgers have been promoted from the promotional league, so they'll be in competition for Season 6. So that is it. Hope you enjoyed the live stream, and we will see you on the next one.